Today, we're bringing up a special recipe using 6 locally sourced tips and tricks that will turn any apprentice into an apothecary. Comment below the ones you didn't know and share your best strat with your fellow Henrys. Let's start at the beginning of the game with number 6, Steroids and Skalitz. Tutorial Town is a place to ease into your playthrough and maybe do some early leveling. Many like to farm kunesh for combat skills, since neither guard nor townsfolk see a problem with using this drunk as a punching bag. However, if Kunesh keeps giving you the KO, consider getting juiced up over at the trader's house where you can get a hold of 2 artemisia potions. The outside doors are hard locked, but it's no difficulty to get inside by entering through the shop and running upstairs. You're looking for this barrel here where you'll find the potions and a hefty supply of alcohol. These will also come in handy when fighting Shibijek and his crew, should you decide to decorate the House of the Deutsch. You can extend your supply by picking up the 4 available drinking waters, 2 from each of the general traders, and applying 1 of the artemisia to the stack of 4 waters. These spiked waters will not have an alcohol content, which you may prefer since the starting Henry is a bit of a lightweight when it comes to drinking. Now, if you want to learn how to knock them back as good as you knock them out, seek out the bench instead of the bar with this next one, number 5, Brewing and Binging. We can use the Alchemy bench to brew a myriad of useful potions in KCD, but we can also use it to brew alcohol. In fact, with the Alchemy system, we can produce the supplies necessary to almost instantly level drinking to max while also leveling up our alchemy skill. I'll highlight the overall method first, and then I'll provide a more detailed brewing guide for those that are interested. The idea is to make, in relatively equal numbers, digestive potions and moonshine, and then to have a hair of the dog ready to chase it all down. I got to level 10 alchemy from completing 47 brews. Drink digestive potions until Henry is at 0 nourishment, then alternate drinking 6 moonshine and 6 digestive potions until you reach level 20 drinking skill. Lastly, knock back a hair of the dog potion to remove your drunkenness and any alcoholic debuff. For those wanting a walkthrough, I'll do this in Rattay, having just woken up after the prologue. For the 47 brews, you're going to need 47 mint, 50 chamomile, and 22 each of sage and St. John's wort. All around the front of the mill is mint. They're hard to see at first, but there are 5 spots that have them, and it should be no problem getting the required pieces. You can also check out this woodland garden here if you failed to meet the quota. The chamomile you'll see on the walk up the hill to the Rattay lower gate, and then in greater numbers around Bernard's training arena. It's here that you'll also find the other needed herbs, sage and St. John's wort. Take everything to the alchemy bench and start with digestive potions. Pour spirits and then pull up the inventory to add chamomile and mint to the table. Add 1 mint to the pot and then grind 2 chamomile in the mortar. After which, you'll add the ground chamomile to the pot and then collect using a file. There's no cooking required. You'll start off getting 2 potions when you brew it this way, but when you reach level 4, you're actually going to start getting 3 potions instead. You'll want to do 25 brews, which will take you all the way to level 7 and should yield you 65 digestive potions. Make sure to take the trial and error perk when you unlock it at level 5. Next up is moonshine. Add spirits to the pot and then use the inventory to add mint, sage, and St. John's wort to the table. Put 1 St. John's in the pot and then 1 each of the sage and mint go in the mortar. Grind the 2 together and add them to the pot. You'll need to distill, so select that and then pull the bellows twice once prompted. With the trial and error perk active, you should be getting 3 moonshine with each completed brew. You'll do this 21 times in total, giving you 63 moonshine. The last up is hair of the dog. Add water to the pot and use inventory to add mint, sage, and St. John's wort to the table. Add 1 of each ingredient to the pot and then collect using a file. You're now at level 10 alchemy and have all you need to be level 20 drinking skill. If you intend to start alchemy early in your playthrough, consider this next tip. Number 4, the chest or the nest. Individual ingredients don't weigh very much, but any apothecary knows how much of a burden it can be to try and keep all of your herbs with you for when the need arises, especially before securing a horse. The universal chest is a pretty great convenience, but that chest isn't always located in the convenient place. It can be very frustrating to open up the herbarium only to find you forgot a key ingredient and have to run all the way back to your storage. Well, I have your solution. That bird's nest there is an invaluable resource. You can reach this thing from the ground and it's right outside the alchemy bench. You can use it as a convenient place to keep your growing stock of herbs. Why not just keep everything you need right where you're going to use it? You'll find that many alchemy benches have some sort of container nearby that you can use for this purpose. And herb storage isn't the only application either. Most of the good vendors to rob in Rattay are on this side of town. When you fill up on stolen wares from one shop, you can pop over here to one burden and get right back to the next one. Buy Bernard is a barrel that you can use to keep a second set of trading armor in, so you don't get your good stuff damaged when sparring, but don't have to carry it around when you're not. Just avoid using containers that restock, like chicken coops, beehives, and fishing traps. You can get away with using these for a brief moment, but when they do restock, it just deletes everything that was in it before. Not carrying around your herbs can free up a lot of inventory space, but what about all those heavy potions you've brewed? Number 3, weightless food. While water is great to extend your supply of potions, food can be used to reduce their weight. Unfortunately, a potion can only make one spiked food, unlike the water's 5, but there are 2 foods in the game that have a 0 weight value: garlic and powdered unicorn horn. They both have infinite durability, and you'll never be too full to eat them. The horn can be obtained from the charlatan in small quantities, but grocers and general traders alike carry garlic. Now, I'll admit that having an inventory full of differently spiked garlic can get a little cumbersome, but it's going to be worth it to some of you players. And even if you don't intend to turn all of your potions into garlic, having a stack of them in your inventory is just good practice. If you're ever at 120 nourishment or at the risk of breaking your balanced diet, you can apply a potion to garlic and consume that. A steady supply of potions can really enhance your KCD experience. For a steady supply of ingredients, go ahead and take a trip to number 2, the Land of Plenty. Now, I debated including this one as its own tip, as I'm basically just saying Samopesh is great. But, well, Samopesh is pretty great. Herbs are in abundance here. There are many gardens, both woodland and farm, that provide harder to find herbs like belladonna, comfrey, and herb paris. In fact, every single non-special ingredient herb can be found in this small and easily navigated town. The herbalist is extremely close by and absolutely surrounded by fly garlic. If you're looking to print money with alchemy, this town is a great place to get started. There are a handful of vendors here that are more than happy to buy what you're brewing. However, as far as taking up residence, Samopesh doesn't have a good place to sleep, so you may wish to head south when looking for somewhere to crash. You'll not only find a welcoming roommate, but also, number 1, a brother in business. The alchemy bench is among the best ways to make money without crime in KCD. If you want to be the richest snake oil salesman in all of Bohemia, the real money is at the monastery. Brother Nicodemus makes an amazing business partner. There's always a bed to sleep in and a shelving unit right next to the bench for convenient storage. You can quickly boost your reputation with Nick by doing his 2 herb-related quests. He also seems to pay better than other vendors of a similar reputation level, and he will buy anything. While he only starts out with a handful of groschen, it won't take long to boost that up and make you very wealthy in the process. You see, Nick's shop resets every morning. Selling to him will raise his purse. When vendors reset, they sell off anything that they don't stock themselves, and half the value listed on the item card gets added to their purse. You can raise it even faster by just donating some items to him and then start selling to him the following day. If you're well versed in the milling craft, Nick is an even better mark than Peshek. His chest is in arm's reach, and like the millers, it never gets locked again. Peshek only restocks 2 days a week versus Brother Nick's 7, meaning you can get your money the very next morning rather than having to come back in a few days. The stolen tag removal trick works even more efficiently with Nick as he provides better pricing. A great bonus to top it all off is the accumulation of herbs and useful potions you get with each daily theft. And with that, I want to thank you for watching. As a small-time content creator, it can often be a struggle to get enough likes to feed my family. Consider sharing this video with a friend to help this channel grow. And come back soon for the next Trial by Squire.